God is so good and he is faithful. The doctor came in, he was like, ma'am, you are very sick. On my paperwork and diagnosed me with severe sepsis. God is bigger.
Oh, what a gift you've given. Grateful for life I'm living. Feels like a new thing.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Shalita Nicole and I'm just being me. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. All right, guys, let's get into it. So today, guys, we're just going to be talking about the goodness of Jesus. A couple of weeks ago, my faith was being tried. Actually, if I can be real, all of 2025. It's like, what? The devil trying to throw them fiery darts? But guess what? He thought he had me, but God. Okay, so I just want to get into this, my testimony. I don't consider me putting my business out there on Front Street. I consider myself sharing the goodness of God. So January, I noticed, first of all, when you don't feel like yourself. Okay, I was not feeling like myself. And I was just like, what is going on with me? I was like really tired, really sluggish. Like I was not operating in my bestness. But one thing about me is I tolerate pain, which I wasn't in pain. And when it comes to, like keep moving, keep pushing, keep going, that is just, I don't know. I think I'm just programmed like that. Whether I feel good, whether I feel bad, happy, sad, whatever. So just like, bro, why do I feel like this? Like, what is going on with me? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to the doctor. I will go to the doctor. Okay. Yes, I am a believer. Yes, I trust the Lord. But God gave us resources here for him to work through. Okay. So as long as that is available, I will be doing that and still trusting and believing in God. It's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. So go to the doctor and they were like, oh, you have a really bad sinus infection. Cool. They give me my antibiotics. We go through this, we go through that. So I'm assuming the antibiotics gave me that jump start that I needed. And so I wasn't tired. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, bruh, I am not feeling like myself. Like it was getting to the point to where I had went and got my hair done and I could not keep my eyes open. Like I'm just like, and I'm just like, bro, this is not me. So it got real with me. I was just like, like, I feel bad. Like I feel terrible. Like what is going on? So I call the doctor. Normally I call and I'm like, can you guys fit me in? Can I just be a walk-in? Whatever. They didn't have anything that day, but they had something the next day. So the next day I'm like, oh, I got a lot of clients scheduled. So maybe I can, just go like Monday or Tuesday. Y'all, the Lord would not let me say Monday or Tuesday. He was like, go ahead and put that down. Go ahead and get up in there. So I'm like, okay, go ahead and put me down. And, I'll just deal with my clients from there. So that Wednesday, guys, I went to go get my hair done and I could not keep my eyes open. But that evening I was going to work. So I left from getting my hair done and I went to go and get me something to eat because I was hungry. I went to the restaurant. I was talking to my sister, Javetta, on the phone, and we were talking and, cutting up. So I was like, okay, girl, I'm about to put my order in and I'm going to talk to you later. So we did that. Yeah, all of a sudden, I was starting to see double. And I said, okay, that ain't normal. Then for some reason, everything was just so bright. I like to associate it with, how people say in a dream or like a vision that they had of God, when they see him and like it's so bright you can't even see what he looked like, y'all. Everything around me was so bright, and I'm like, bruh. I called my sister back. I said, hey, I said, something going on. I don't know what it is, but stay on the phone with me because I don't know what's going on. I'm driving, and I just kept saying, oh my God, it is so bright. I need some sunglasses. That's how bright it was. Not putting two together, not thinking about nothing. All my focus was getting me something to eat and getting to the salon and doing the clients that I had to service that day. So I get to the shop, I eat my food, and I'm cool. It's not bright anymore and I'm not seeing double. So I moved forward in doing my first client. My first client come in. She said, hey, Shalita, how are you? I'm like, I'm great. How are you? She said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. Why you said that? She said, you look tired. And I was like, well, I probably need a little sleep because I was not sleeping as well, guys. I was not sleeping since January. I would get like an hour or two of sleep and then I'd just be up. So I'd be up doing my devotionals. I would be up reading. Sometimes I would just lay there in the bed, just lay there like, So I said, well, dang, she said, I was like, okay. So then I noticed that when I was doing my client's hair, that I would have to take a break. I felt short of breath. And I'm like, this is not normal. Like, what is going on with me? So, like in between clients, I was like, can I just need about 2 or 3 minutes just to sit down and just kind of gather myself. And, all my clients, oh, take your time, it's all good. And I'm just like, and I would be sitting there like, what in the world is going on? In between, praying in the spirit, in between, what is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, something is going on. So at this point, I knew I had the doctor's appointment. I finished my clients. I went to my parents' house, and I was just sitting there. My mom has this thing we call healing cover. Baby, I had that healing cover wrapped around me, and I couldn't stay warm. I was freezing. Like I stayed cold. I'm just cold. Every day I'm coming home, and my husband is like, Shalita, what is up with you? Like, what is going on with you? And I'm like, what you mean? Like, I was just so tired. I would have like an appetite, but I would eat like once a day and just be like, it's all good. But I did have an appetite then. So then I went to my mom and them house and I was just like, cold, I'm just like, this is life. Hey y'all, I'm just a little tired. It's gonna go away. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. It's all good. So the next morning, I am like fighting to get out the bed. I'm like, bruh, I got an appointment. I got to get up. So I finally got up. And once I got up, on the inside, everything was cool. When I stepped outside, I was like, I need some sunglasses. It is so bright out here. Like, why is it so bright? I just kept saying, why is it so bright? Like, can anybody else see how bright it is out here? Okay, I get in the car, I drive. I'm driving. I mean, because I'm not thinking nothing. I'm just like, let me go to my appointment. Maybe I had on my work outfit. I don't. After I leave the doctor, I'm going to work. That was my mindset. Okay, so I go, and I'm just like, dang, it is so bright. I'm just driving. This time it's a little brighter than it was the day before, and I was like, darn, I need some sunglasses. I'm not thinking nothing, y'all. So I get to the doctor and, I sit down and I was starting to see like a little double again. Like this is what it reminded me of. So, when you play Mario Brothers or play like any other video games. So I'm like, when Mario hit one of the mushrooms or a duck or something, get him out and he be flickering when he get hit, that's how my vision was. Like it was like y'all was looking like the people was looking like little Marios that had just got hit by something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I can realistically describe what was going on. So I'm just like, and I wasn't dizzy to the point to where I felt like I was gonna pass out, but I just kept having like little dizzy moments. Like, what is that? Like, okay, what is that? I get to the doctor. They weigh me. They do my blood pressure. She did my blood pressure. She said, girl, I think my blood pressure machine is broke. So she went and she got another machine. And she was like, Shalita, your blood pressure is very, very low. I think it was reading like 70 over 42. And I was like, it ain't never been that low. You know, my average is between 125 and 135 over 80. Like, that's my average blood pressure. So I'm just like, oh, okay. She said, well, we're going to keep an eye on that because that's low. That's really low. That's too low. So my doctor, when she came in, she checked it. Like every time they checked it, it was lower. It was getting lower. And she said, okay, we need to give you some Pedialyte, like hydrate you, like, you know. So they hydrated me and it went up some. But my doctor, she was just like, they was trying to get a urine specimen, but I couldn't pee. For some reason, I just couldn't pee. So I'm just like, bro, okay. She said, okay, Shalita, so this is what we're going to do. She said, you're going to the emergency room. No, you cannot drive. You either can go by ambulance or you can get in contact with one of your family members and they can take you to the emergency room. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I got this person to do. I got that person to do. You know, I got a couple clients going out of town. So this, and that. And I was like, okay. She said, go to the emergency room. She was like, how do you feel? And I was like, honestly, I feel horrible. Like, I feel terrible. At that point, I didn't have a temperature. They had to hook me up to an EKG because my heart was beating faster than it should have been. And so she was like, okay, this is an indication that something is going on in your body and we don't know what it is. Get to the emergency room. They sign me up. I get up in there. All of a sudden, I got a temperature. All of a sudden, my heart is still beating fast. All of a sudden, my blood pressure is still low. So they said, okay, we're going to run some tests. We're going to look at this. We're going to see this. We're going to see what's going on. And we're going to go from there. They did the test. The doctor came in. He was like, ma'am, you are very sick. I'm like, I am. Like, you know, first of all, when all this was going on, I just want to say that y'all know that phrase, Godfidence. I was so confident in God. I was so confident. I was not scared. I was not worried. I was not concerned. I just went up in here like, okay, God, I'm your baby. So do what you do. Like, let's get this done. Like, I don't know what's going on, but let's get to the bottom of it. Okay. That was my mindset. Like, okay. Okay. So they get in there. He come in. He said, ma'am, you're very sick. Like, we're going to do everything that we can to get you to the point where you need to be. Because right now you have a huge infection and it's in your bloodstream. Therefore, they diagnosed me with sepsis. I thought it was septic, you know, like septic, but it's sepsis. So I'm like, sepsis? I'm like, I've heard about sepsis. I have not heard anything good about that. Like, I'm thinking about people losing limbs. I'm thinking about people that, you know, it wasn't a good outcome. So at the end of the day, no, I still was not scared. I was still trusting and believing God. And I told that doctor, I said, listen, all I know is that I want to leave here with all my limbs. How about that? Can we make that happen? Praise God. He said, ma'am, fortunately, you made it in time for us to get started and get this infection out of your body. So y'all just imagine if I would have took my tail them through the weekend. And I was like, oh, well, okay, I'll go to the emergency room. I'll go Monday or Tuesday. I'm glad my doctor made me go because if it wasn't like a bad thing, I feel like I would have been like, oh, okay, well, I'll take care of that Monday or Tuesday when I'm off. Never again will I do that. But she made me go, and you know, I had, you know, and I felt bad, but it was like, you know, well, things have to be done. I got clients that I need to do, you know. That was a bad mindset. But that's just I was just like, you know, it'll be handled. I'll never do that again. I tell you that much. Um, but anyway, so they said we will be admitting you. And he was like, I'm gonna be real with you. You're probably gonna be here for about 4 to 5 days so that we can make sure that we get all the infection out. And I'm like, okay. All of a sudden, like my temperature just was horrible. They hooked me up to a heart monitor to keep an eye on my heart because I'm just sitting there and my heart is just like literally beating out my chest. And he was saying the low blood pressure, the rapid heartbeat, like it just literally make your organs go out of whack. Like it affects this, it affects that, it affects all of these things or whatnot. On top of that, he was like, we noticed that you have about 3 kidney stones, but they are at a size where we feel like you can pass them and you don't have to have surgery to remove them. And I said, okay. So my husband, he came over there, laid hands on me, prayed over me, and I said, oh, okay, Big Daddy, you better pray. But he was there with me throughout the whole time. My mom, she was there. And I'm just very grateful. They took care of me. Um, they drugged me up real well. You know, they was getting the antibiotics and all of the fluids, and I was getting everything that I needed. They had me on a heart healthy diet. Um, I was like, surprisingly, I had a appetite in the hospital, but what they was giving me, like, could put my little order in, and I'd be like, "Oh, well, can I add a little cheese, or can I do this?" And they were like, "Oh no, ma'am, you have passed your points." And I'm just like, "For real?" So I was strict on that. I stuck with that. I did what they told, everything they told me to do. Um, not one time that I'm just like, okay, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. After everything was said and done, it was like, everything looks good. Everything is back to normal. We have you where you need to be. We're going to be keeping an eye on your kidney, my left kidney particularly. That's what the stones are. I'm trusting and believing God that those things will pass and that they won't get any bigger. You know what I'm saying? But God is so good. God is so good and God is so faithful. I had to go that Monday. Let's see, I got out the hospital that Monday, and then that Friday, I had to go and do blood work. And the young lady, she was reading my chart and she was like, "Wow, you were sick." And I said, "But God." She said, "Do you know that people come into the hospital and they don't leave? Like, they don't make it?" And I'm just like, "Thank you, Jesus." So when she said that, I didn't have my trust in what she said, but I knew the seriousness of things, but I didn't know it like that because I was just so confident in God that I was gonna get in here and they gonna handle me. I'm just gonna go home, whatever. But when I tell y'all, I'm just so thankful and I'm just very grateful because God has always had His hand on me, and I just trust God. I trust God with my life. I trust God with everything. And God is so, so faithful. Everything. I didn't have a worry. I didn't have a care in the world. And I was just thankful. So thankful. And I just want to encourage you guys as well as myself. Just keep your eyes stayed on Jesus. And I have this shirt on today that reads peace. The whole time I'm in the hospital, I didn't have time to lose it. I could have, but I didn't. But God kept me in perfect peace because my mind was stayed on Him. I was not concerned. I was not worried. I was just there knowing that God was with me, knowing that God will never leave me nor forsake me. Um, and I'm very grateful. I stand before you. I um I am getting back to 100%. Currently, I feel like I'm about 85, but I am trusting and I am believing God for my 100% return. My body is healed. I am the healed protector of my health, and God got me, and I am excited about that. And so that is why I was in the hospital. That is what happened. I do want to say, make sure you listen to your body. I knew something was going on. I just did not know what. So what caused it was a urinary tract infection. Guys, I did not have any symptoms. I had zero symptoms. So therefore, I did not have anything to go by. I don't know. God kept me. I'm here and still more on fire for God. And that's what it is, y'all. Um, God is my healer. God is my protector. God is my father. He is my friend. God is everything and anything that we need him to be. And in that moment, I needed him to be my healer. And he didn't die on that cross all them years ago and took all them stripes for nothing. Okay? I thank God for placing the people that were there to assist in getting me back to where I need to be. And yeah, that's what it is, guys. So I'm going to get off of here. I didn't want to hold you too long, but I just wanted to let you guys know it's all good. I am well. I am better. And God is good. Okay. So I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your week. I am going to be trying to hop back on and getting into these vlogs and things. But baby, what? Listen to your body. Listen to your body. Listen to what you got going on. It's nothing wrong with going to the doctor. There's nothing wrong with taking your medicines that your doctor prescribed. My mom, she has always said anytime you have to take something foreign, like a medication, always say, God, I thank you for the benefit and not the side effect. And allow God to work through the people that he assigned to you to get you where you need to be. It's nothing wrong with that, guys. It's nothing wrong with that. So I'm out of here. God bless you. Thank you, everyone, for your prayers, for your concerns. And 2025, you better look out for me, baby, because I know that the good Lord got something in store. Okay, and I'm ready. But I'm about to get off of here. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, bye.